there, this is Jay Dante, and you're watching a new show that I'm entitling Game Attack. The whole concept is that I'm going to be taking video games that I play, or own. I'll review them for your own personal pleasure, I guess. If you were thinking about going on and buying them, you'll have a little bit of an insight as to how to go at them. So let's start this shit. Game Attack! Anyway, first on Game Attack is going to be Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. For those of you who don't know, Jack the Ripper was a killer who went through slaying women on the streets of Whitechapel, London in 1888. There was a specific 5 that were recorded. There were 5 that were based, that were like directly related to him doing it. And the game focuses on those 5 murders. Basically, over a time period and span, you were Sherlock Holmes, and you were trying to use your clever deduction-y mind to solving the crime of Jack the Ripper. Personally, the game is a huge puzzle nerd game. There is quite a bit of first-person walking around and, finding things, interacting with a few things, but it's very rudimentary. The game is worth a look. The game's worth a look. I mean, I rated it pretty high because it did take up a lot of time and I was very entertained. But I'm not a huge puzzle nerd, so to be honest with you, I sat by the 39-part YouTube guide walkthrough. And it's one of the only games that if you really follow those walkthroughs from start to finish, you can probably get all 1,000 point achievements in the same game, even though there's 40 of them, because the game, there are some special ones that you'll miss if you don't use the walkthrough, but a lot of the achievements are straight off playing the game. Because a lot of the times you feel like you have to jump through hoops to get achievements. But being a puzzle game, it's not a child's puzzle game. Because there's a lot of... Jack the Ripper was known mainly for his rather disgusting disembowelments and stab wounds. I'm talking in the 30s per person he killed. He cut off a lot of insides. So... the game is not sparing any blood, graphics, or details. This leads me to a segment I would like to entitle in the future called Is This What's Cool? In truth, is this what's cool now? These kind of dirtier puzzle games. You have games like, I know it's not a puzzle game, but games like Leisure Suit Larry and stuff. Are those kind of dirty games really coming in? Or, I always feel like Dead or Alive is a fighting game. I'm trying to think of what the women's volleyball game was that was really... is particularly scandalous. But I mean, hell, these dirty games, they take me back to some of my favorite childhood games, like Operation, Malpractice Edition, and the ever so popular, hey, the guy just stole my striped sweater. Now where the fuck has he gone off to? In short, Sherlock Holmes is a really good game. Looking for a good little achievement getter, plus a rather intriguing mystery story. Don't be looking to shoot anyone, because Watson carries a gun around, but you ain't gonna use it. So in short, the game's about $20. Go and buy it at GameStop, use it, and return it in a week if you don't like it. One point I have to point out, though, is the voice talent in the game is rather lacking. I understand, being a classical Sherlock Holmes fan myself, I hate that you have people that play the role perfectly, like Ronald Howard or Basil Rathbone or Peter Cushing, and you can't get those guys because they're dead. I understand that, nor could you probably afford most of them. In truth, I feel like you have a game where you have Christopher Lee, who's played Sherlock Holmes before, but the guy is probably super expensive and he's really old. Although I would have rather have heard him. Then you have Robert Downey Jr. who played the recent Sherlock Holmes. He was pretty good, but there's no way you could afford Robert Downey Jr. for the graphics this game was going for. Although they do have their shortcomings, Watson does have a very good voiceover. Very convincing. Most of the roles that are filled in by other important people are very well voiced, at least acceptable. But every single person in 1800s London apparently seems to sound like Kermit the Frog. Hey you, I don't like the look of you. It's not like Kermit, it's more like a mix between a British guy and Gomer Pyle. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Gomer Pyle. It's a mix between a British person and Gomer Pyle is what they sound like. Yeah. Okay, so I was a little bit dumb. I didn't film an outro for the Sherlock Holmes Game Attack, so I'm filming it right now. Thanks for watching the first edition of the show. There'll be more to come out, and stay tuned. Yeah.